you've been struggling with late payments on a mortgage, on an auto loan, or pretty much any other type of account in your credit report, and you don't want to go through credit repair to get it removed or deleted, this video is for you. What's up, y'all? Welcome back to my channel. Today I have a video from the Credit Plug where he claims to have a new method that will help you hide, not delete or remove any credit accounts that are negatively affecting your credit report. According to the Credit Plug, this method is quicker than credit repair and much more beneficial. Let's take a look.
Now, the other day we dropped a video showing you guys real world receipts and proof and evidence of clients that were able to get mortgages deleted, auto loans deleted, but keep the accounts. So hide the debt completely from the credit report. And in today's video, I'm going to provide more receipts and testimonies. When I put the video out the other day, I had some naysayers saying it's cap. So as you can see right here, we're going to be logging into my Equifax. And again, shout out to our clients for allowing us to show you guys what's possible, because I think a lot of people don't really believe it's possible. All right, so
before we get into it, I know that people are gonna say it's cap and they look at the 220 point credit score increase when you're talking about one particular bureau. Now, that's a dramatic jump. I've been doing credit repair for a long time, and rarely do you see a jump like that on one bureau. Now, overall, you can see credit score increases that are that incredible when you have a valid disputing method and when you have information that's reporting really incorrectly, incompletely, unfairly, or it can't be verified. But to find a collection of accounts that will cause that dramatic of an increase when you can guarantee that this new method will do it for basically anybody, that's a bold claim. I'm intrigued to see exactly what this method is, because when he's using the term hide the debt, he's not talking about deleting it. He's talking about hiding the debt. It kind of signals a red flag for me. And the reason is because there's nowhere in the FCRA. The FCRA was invented in 1970 and hasn't changed that much since then. There's nowhere in the FCRA that says the consequence of incomplete reporting, inaccurate, unverifiable information being reported that results in the hiding of the debt is either going to be deleted, it will be corrected and continue to be reported, but there's nothing in the FCRA that says hiding of the debt as a consequence of any of those things. But let's continue.
as you can see right now, we're logged into my Equifax, and right down here, you guys see this. Remember the last video I put out, we were showing Experian. This time around, we're logged into Equifax, right? So let me just scroll up. And as you can see right here, a 220 point increase since August 5th, 2024. Does this ring a bell?
All right, I'm gonna take a second to interrupt this video real quick because I don't believe this method is gonna be worth a damn. I've been doing this for a very long time, and I have never ever seen a method promoted to hide credit accounts from your credit report. If you have late payments, collections, charge-offs, bankruptcies, repossessions on your credit report, you need legitimate credit repair. Credit repair that uses the FCRA, uses Metro 2, and in some cases even consumer law to help you get rid of those items from your credit report permanently. If you guys are interested in real credit repair that you can do yourself and you don't have to pay some credit repair professional thousands of dollars, you guys take a look at my website, beastdiy.com. Go check out Dispute Beast. Every month, Dispute Beast will automatically create every letter you need, and it will choose whether to dispute in factual disputing, Metro 2, or consumer law. It does it all for you automatically every month with a couple of presses of a button. You ain't even got to print them out and mail them. You can do it right from the app. It disputes with the big three credit bureaus, LexisNexis, Innovis, all of the third-party CRAs, and even directly with the creditors and collectors themselves. It'll help you get yourself back on the road to better credit for just $50 a month. Do it yourself, take back control, and get yourself back on the right path. Now back to the video.
Right, so in the last video we showed you, we saw that huge increase. Now what did this coincide with? This coincided with getting a delinquent mortgage deleted off the credit report. So right now they're at a 696 on Equifax. So if you subtract 220, that means they were at a 476. 220 point credit score increase.
They must have had
now
late
let's
payments.
actually look at their credit report to see exactly what's going on. All right. Now, as you can see, this latest report is as of September 9th. I've blurred out some of this stuff. We were able to essentially hide all of the negative accounts on their credit report. So right now, all they have reporting is one low limit credit card. And that's why we're going to build up their credit profile. But as you can see, just with one account reporting, they're at a 696. So this is giving them a clean slate. There's no mortgages, right? So when you look at this category right here, no mortgage, no installment. All there is a credit card that was in good standing. So we left that alone. We did not touch that. But let's for a second go back to an earlier report. So as you can see right here, let's go back to the August 5th report. Now, before we go, I just wanted to show you guys again. All right. This is as of right now. There's no mortgage debt. There's no other installment debt. And there's just one positive revolving account. All right. So when we go to the drop down menu.
So this is trickery. Okay. And this is why I don't like stuff like this, is because he's not giving you the complete look at what will happen with this report months down the line. When you delete a mortgage, it does not dead the mortgage. It does not get rid of the mortgage itself. The mortgage itself still exists. You still need to continue paying on that mortgage, or else they will come take your home. Now, here's what a lot of people don't understand about installment accounts, especially. Installment accounts will continue to re-report the next time you make that mortgage payment and it gets reported to the credit bureaus. That live mortgage account, along with all of its correct late payment information, will then reappear to the credit report. So what's the good of hiding the account? Is it to try to get by with, I don't know, a refinance within the next 30 days? You're going to try to squeeze that through? Because the reality is that you still have to disclose all of your debts to a mortgage lender. You still have, anytime you're procuring any kind of loan, whether it's a business loan, a personal loan, an auto loan, a mortgage loan, they need to know what you have outstanding. And if you misrepresent that in any way, shape, or form, not only can they recall that loan, but you can get into quite a bit of trouble with the law.
We're going to select August 5th. All right. So as y'all can see, August 5th. Now let's scroll down. August 5th report, you had a mortgage with a balance of $225,000, right? So that matches up with the previous video where we were showing experience. So what some people were saying, oh, that's cap. What about the other credit reporting agencies, right? I could show you TransUnion as well, but I wanted to give you guys another example. So as you can see, just looking from the September 9th report, going back to the August 5th report, which was about a month before, there was a $225,000 mortgage. So this is now reducing their DTI because they no longer have over $250,000 or close to $250,000 in debt on their credit report.
All right, come on, man, get to it, bro.
So again, a $225,000 mortgage, and as you can see, there were some other revolving accounts that were delinquent that we were able to get removed. So let's go into the exact details about these accounts. And right here, when you see accounts with negative information, 7. All right, and again, this is on August 5th. Now let's look at the mortgage account. Let's just click here, all right? And let's view details. All right, so when we look at the details, again, a $225,000 balance. And right here it says account status not more than four payments past due. So let's just look at the payment history, right? Now, as you can see from the payment history, this mortgage had, let's say, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 late payments, right? As of April 2024. All right.
Yeah, April that'll drop you real good.
May
that'll
and
tear
June,
your score up.
They became current, right? So just because you become current does not mean.
Just so you guys understand what late payments do to your credit score, if we haven't gone over this, or if you haven't been following me for a long time, just one late payment across a completely perfect credit report can drop that entire credit score on all 3 bureaus upwards of 100 points. Just one. So when you see an account like this has pretty much destroyed this person's credit score.
The account is not derogatory. It still has negative information. And if you don't do anything about this, these late payments are going to stay on your report for over 7 years.
Correct.
So could you imagine waiting until 2031 to have this account show positive, right? Without doing anything, you basically have to wait.
Now, as you go over time, right, late payments age, right? They lose their efficacy, or their strength, I should say, on how they affect the credit score. So a 1-year-old late payment is less detrimental than a late payment that's a month old. A 3-year-old late payment is less detrimental than a 1-year-old late payment history or late payment. A 5-year-old late payment basically has no effect on your credit score whatsoever. So as they age, they lose their efficacy and they lose their strength on how they affect the credit score negatively.
wait until the statute of limitation expires for those late payments. Now, again, recent late payments. So there were 4 late payments in 2024, and there were 3 late payments in 2023. Now, before we dive a little bit deeper, I wanted to address a comment in the last video, right? So let's pull this comment up real quick. Now, again, this is no shade to this individual, but let's just read what they said, okay? Wiping his mortgage off because of a few late payments, that's horrible, my opinion. Much better to negotiate reversing the late payments. For everyone reading, bad debt is not what you want, yet good debt is mandatory. You want loans, financing, best to attain. Lenders and creditors will always see good debt. You can't get to 800 without 4 greats. So the 4 greats is credit cards, autos, installment loans, and mortgages. He needed that mortgage to get approved for next level sector of getting loans. Now, this is absolutely incorrect for several reasons. Now, let's go back to the credit report, all right? So if you have 7 late payments on your credit report, it's impossible for you to get 100% on-time payments.
True.
Which on-time payment percentage is the biggest component of your credit score. So there's no way that you're going to be able to maximize your credit score with late payments. And mind you, this client's credit scores were in the 400s all across the board. So there's nothing that you can salvage from having this many late payments or any late payments reporting on a credit account. It doesn't matter how much history. Once you have late payments, all that previous history does not matter because you're automatically going to go into a high risk because you have late payments. Even if a credit account becomes current, the fact that it has negative information on it still makes it a derogatory account. It doesn't matter if it's currently on time. You have negative marks. Therefore, that is a delinquent account. If you're applying for credit accounts with late payments on it, especially 7 late payments on it, you're not getting approved anywhere. You're better off starting off fresh, getting a clean slate. There's this huge misconception that, oh, because the account is now on time, but I had late payments previously, that it's all good. I can still go out and banks are going to look at you as credit worthy. That's completely false and incorrect. And I could personally attest to this as it relates to student loans. I've told this story plenty of times on the channel, how when I graduated from school, I didn't immediately start paying my student loans because, again, that was the last thing I was thinking about, student loans, right after I graduated. But that actually bit me later down the road because those negative marks stayed on my credit report for years. So for the longest time in most of my 20s, I was classified as high risk because I had negative payments on my student loans. Now, even after I paid my student loans off, I still was unable to get approved for high limits because even closed accounts with negative information will still bring down your FICO score. So I was still unable to get high limit credit because I had negative information on my credit profile. Now, you might think, okay, 97, 96, 95% on-time payments, that's good, right? In the normal sense, right? If you scored 95, 96, 97 on the test, that's an A. But when it comes to your credit, the only thing that matters is 100% on-time payments, not even 99% on-time payments. That's still considered derogatory.
That's a fact.
And most creditors and data furnishers are going to be hard pressed to just turn these to on-time payments, right? You can't control whether or not the data furnisher or their lender is going to change the payment status. But what you can control is that entire account reporting on your credit overall. So it's much easier to get this account removed than hoping that you're going to submit a goodwill letter and they're just going to change it to on time. All right. So going back to the revolve.
See, this is where he has so much truth mixed in with just a little bit of ridiculousness. He's very accurate on what he's saying about how late payments affect your score. He's very accurate on what he's saying about getting approved for high limit credit cards and being able to get approved for other accounts altogether when it comes to having negative items on your credit report. He's giving you a lot of truth. But just the simple fact that no matter what you do to this mortgage, and this is even with credit repair, if you don't address the actual validity of the late payments, it will re-report. Every 30 days, it will re-report. It will re-report. It will re-report. So you're going to tell me that you're going to run this hack every single month when they re-report this information? Because the historical late payment data is not going to change if it's not addressed via the FCRA. If it's not addressed to show that it's incomplete, inaccurate, or invalid, or not verifiable. If that's not addressed, all of this is for nothing. Unless you feel like you want to do this method every single month. There's a lot of truth in what he's saying, but there's also a lot of little white lies that just skip over people's head in order for them to buy the course, in order for them to buy the kit or download the ebook and get enrolled into his email system. I'm not sure what's happening here, but I need to see this method. He needs to go ahead and come out with the method. We only have like less than 4 minutes left in this video. So I'm extremely intrigued as to how he's going to develop a process to surpass or override the FCRA, which is paramount in this case.
Revolving accounts, right? So one of the things that a lot of people are dealing with right now is the fact that they have high utilization. So this client had a credit card with 112% utilization, right? Even though there's no lates, 112% utilization. So that's going to drag your credit score. Now, another thing that we can do is we can hide this credit account, right? So it usually works better with secure types of accounts. So mortgages, auto loans, even student loans, which are not secured, and even personal loans, right? But with credit cards, one of the challenges, I guess one of the risks I'll just lay out is that the credit card issuer can basically terminate the account, right? Now, when it comes to like auto loans and mortgages, the creditor is not going to close the account and come repossess your house or repossess your car. Either way, if you have credit accounts, whether that's an auto loan, student loans, mortgages with negative information or high utilization, we can get that hidden so that you don't have such a high credit utilization and a high DTI that's preventing you from being able to get access to financing. Another thing you have to keep in mind is that right now consumer debt is at record levels due to a couple of things. So you have inflation. So if people are paying more for items and then revolving those balances, then naturally those balances are going to report higher than normal. And we all know when you have high utilization, you're not going to get approved for any credit products. Now, I've realized that right now, a lot of consumers are dealing with record levels of debt and people are essentially living off credit cards. So that puts you in a tight situation because you're not able to get access to any additional funding. I'm glad to say that we have a new method that's able to hide accounts. So it doesn't matter if it's a negative account or a positive account. So obviously any type of negative accounts, you're going to want to have those removed from your credit report. Now, when it comes to positive accounts, the considerations would be, are you even able to pay down the debt? Because if not, one of the things that you can consider is just having that account removed. Now, I'm not saying that you don't have to repay the debt, but what I'm saying is that you could have the account removed or hidden from your credit report so that it doesn't impact you as far as getting additional credit. And let's say you do decide to pay down your high utilization credit accounts. You can continue to do that at your own pace, but at least it's not hindering you from doing other things with your credit. And I think overall, this is where we've seen a ton of growth. Now, a couple updates. The other day we dropped a video. I wasn't expecting to get 2,000 people sign up over the past 2 days. So literally our Calendly and our Zoom essentially crashed. So what we're going to do, we're working on the back end to get a landing page set up. So anyone who is interested in getting these services done on your credit profile, we'll have a landing page where you can
what services?
We've pinned a link in the description as well as in the comment section. So if you've already filled this form,
I miss
we're
this?
Gonna reach out to you, send you a text and
an
email once that landing page becomes live. So we have our developer working on it, making sure that it runs smoothly before we roll it out to everyone. Now, just to reiterate, if there's anyone out here who needs negative items removed from their credit report or even open accounts,
all right, so there's less than 30 seconds left in this video.
We can get those accounts.
We're done here. Guys, I apologize for wasting your time. This video was sent to me. It was asked if this method was real. I didn't even see a method in this video. Please comment down below if y'all saw something that I missed. Please comment down below if y'all saw something that I missed. I watched this entire 12-minute and 33-second video. Well, I guess we watched 12 minutes and 7 seconds of it and didn't see a damn thing. This entire video was filled with filibustering and quite frankly, bullshit. I didn't see a damn thing. He showed some credit score increases from somewhere. For some reason, they could have been using real credit repair. For all we know, we have no idea what this method actually is, if it's a method at all. Let's get back to like what the basic principle of what I'm about to tell you is even if you hide accounts, you go for a high level loan of any personal or business nature, and you're going to have to disclose your assets and your liabilities. Your assets being anything that you've paid for that now can be sold off to accumulate cash, or to sold off to be turned into cash quickly, and liabilities being any money that you still actually owe to any creditor. So when it comes down to procuring high level loans of any personal or business kind, it doesn't really matter what your credit report says from a DTI, debt to income ratio standpoint. You are going to have to list out your debts and the amount of money that you currently have. You're going to have to list out how you're paying for them, as well as how you are plan to continue to pay for them, which would in most cases be people's income. This bullshit doesn't exist. Whatever this is doesn't. Even with credit repair, you get an account removed because it's actually being reported incompletely, unverifiably, untimely, unfairly, any of those reasons, right? Reasons actually listed in the FCRA. You get that removed or deleted from your credit report via legitimate credit repair. You still owe that money. It doesn't mean it went anywhere. It doesn't mean they're not going to dig deeper. You think these banks and institutions don't have people employed to figure out how to keep this crap from happening that are 10, 15, 20 times more smarter than you and I combined? That's all these people do is risk assess. They're called actuaries. They try to figure out and obtain every possible way to keep people from defrauding them. So if you do happen to get through with defrauding them out of their money, they have legal ways of going and getting it back. Not just that, but holding you accountable. Guys, please stop falling for stuff like this. Okay. If you guys like this type of video, if you like what I just presented to you today, barring the BS that I played for you for 12 minutes and 7 seconds, please comment down below and let me know to make more content like this. Once again, I appreciate you guys for joining me for this video, for supporting my channel. I know you guys can go anywhere in the world for your credit information, but you're here with me. Be blessed.